Charles F. Lewis, self-supported FKT. Did this today, March 25th. Started around 5:20. Took me 52 minutes, 33 seconds, 0.7. Got 4.9 miles. It's actually, well, whatever, 5-mile loop, but some of the switchbacks and stuff that you're doing, you're not really going to get the full 5 unless you're walking it. Like 1,300 feet of gain. And 1,100 of it is basically the start. We'll say 1.4. I got 1263 today. You got 1,100 of that. The first like 1.4, 1.6 miles of the trail. You'll see this later after I finish, but this is the stairs that you're going up, like shitty stairs. You start over this way, and then you finish down here behind me, crossing this creek. So we're at like a Y intersection right now. Walk down so you can sort of see it. I don't know if it's really that good. So you end there, you go up there, and you come up from behind. You see that yellow behind me. And we cross this creek down here. I stashed some water on the trail. That's how I'm going after the self-supported FKT today. I already have the unsupported. Not that I needed a bunch of water. I just wanted to stash some for the hill. So there's the creek today. Very jumpable. Let's see. Wasn't sure how I was going to feel on this trail. I haven't been out here for 13 months. I think since last February when I did the unsupported, I sort of stayed away from this trail because we have sort of a history. I lost the phone here and I fell a few times, and it's hit or miss in the spring and summer with the jagger bushes because they're horrible, and then the ice in the winter. It's really terrible. They don't really take care of it too much, and it's not marked well. So it's like soon as winter breaks is like the best time to hit this trail, so you can sort of read where people have walked. Yeah, because you don't want to be going through when it's spring and summertime when the jagger bushes are full force. But you also have to watch for trees down, because if a tree goes down, you ain't gonna, well, it ain't gonna be taken care of probably for months on end unless somebody comes up and does it. My buddy does it once in a while, but I didn't really warm up. I took off immediately. Legs were burning. I was burning the whole way up to the top of the hill where the power line is before it levels off. It was just horrible. I didn't think I was going to be able to get the FKT today. Just because how bad my legs were burning and how out of shape I feel. But once I hit the power line and it leveled off a little bit, I was able to actually run, start grooving a little bit. I did take a few pictures and some clips. That slowed me down, so I did leave some time out here today. Probably another 2 minutes, 3 minutes easily, just from trying to take some pictures for reference purposes that I was actually on the trail in these clothes on March 25th. So I did leave some time, and then if I'm in better shape, time should be faster. So I'm thinking unsupported I did 53. Today I did, 52 and a half. So I should be able to get around 50 minutes, maybe 49, 48, if I really turn and burn in shape. Just because you have to watch your footing a lot. There's a lot of hidden snipers in this trail, so you could easily get down pretty quick. And I definitely don't want to get hurt. So it's kind of hard to turn and burn on this trail just because how low maintenance it is, and just the jagging rocks and boulders that you can trip on, the roots, the jagger bushes and shit. And then wildlife. Since it is a natural area, people do see bears over here. I did kick up a couple of deer. And then in the spring and summer warmer months, got to watch for snakes, because when you're in the boulder section, it's really like a good rattlesnake, copperhead, place. So yeah, you gotta watch your footing and be very careful in that. I really only had one time today where, well, maybe twice, that I really did hesitate a little bit which way to go. I did have navigation on and I had my Pace Pro, but I wasn't really trying to look at it just to watch more of my footing. But once probably about 2.5, and then the other one was a little bit after 4 when we're going over here at the overlooks. I almost followed the trail to an overlook because they're marked in yellow as well, instead of taking the loop out and around. The overlooks are dead ends, so I did hesitate there, and I almost tripped a few times coming down the mountain the last couple 100 feet. As you see, we're over there at some point, like, well, all right, way over there. When you get to the top, and then way over on top on the ridge and stuff like that, before you circle back around. You'll have to watch my video of the course itself. The power line where it levels off is actually directly across from 1.5 miles in from the mile 70 of Lower Highlands hiking trail. So if I stood on this side and somebody else stood on the other side, we could wave to each other and see each other pretty openly, just across the valley. Anyway, felt pretty good overall once I hit the top of the hill and was able to relax a little bit, get my legs to quit burning. Nobody else was here when I pulled in. Nobody's here now. It's not really used too much. I mean, I guess it did look a little bit worn itself. I know a couple of my work buddies were out here the other week just trying to hike part of the trail, but they had to do the full loop. But yeah, I did stash some water to use, so it qualifies as a self-supported FKT. Other than that, I think it was a good day to do it. I mean, only like 4.9 miles, 5 miles. It's not the longest one out there, but with almost 1,300 feet of gain, depending on how fast you go, it is challenging, especially with the technicality of the trail itself. I should walk up, but like I said, if you want to see the actual FKT, I got it videoed on my YouTube. It just slopes horrible. And you see, like, the bank, that's how much it slopes some of the spots. You can't really run too fast for a half mile because the way it's sloped, and then you're just stepping on rocks and roots that are angled down as well. So got to have good shoes. Just watch what the hell you're doing. But I got it done. Almost pissed around. I don't want to say I pissed around, but taking those pictures and clips that for verification purposes really slowed me down today. Just momentum. You know, I was a couple minutes ahead, probably 2:55 I think was the last time, or 3:55 when I checked it. And I ended up coming in like a minute 20 under my supported time, so it did almost cost me. But again, it still left a lot of time out there. And we'll see how it goes, because I'll eventually come and try to do a supported. I'll get some people to help me, hand me water at the top or whatever, so that'll qualify. And maybe I'll try to beat my record a lot more this summer. I'll have to clip some of the trail and get some of the branches off so I can run more free, especially through the jagger bush sections. Well, whatever. I got it, and I'm going to submit it. And for YouTube purposes, this is the overall recap. I'll add some pictures and some of the clips I took next during the FKT, and then my recap at the end and beginning. Clean up some of this garbage. Somebody got McDonald's sweet and sour. Pick that off the trail. So, whatever. Got it done, and I think this is number 16 FKT I have. when they verify it, should be number 16 or 17. I think it's 16. I'm at 15 right now, so. All right. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, I just stepped in a puddle. Oh, got somebody's nasty sock. Take out with me, clean up the trail as I go out here. So, all right. It's my Charles F. Lewis natural area, self-supported FKT attempt. All right, I'm out here at the Charles F. Lewis natural area. It's March 25th, about 17 after 5. I'm gonna try to set the self-supported FKT. I haven't been on this trail in about a year. Well, actually, since probably last February, so I don't know what kind of shape the trail's in. I haven't heard any reports. I don't know what they did with the logging over the last year that they were doing. I stashed some water up the trail. That logging was about, what, like 3 miles in? And I don't know what they've done over the last year, so we're going to see, but we're going to try to attempt the self-supported FKT, see how it goes. Hoping for the best, expecting the worst. If not, I'll try it again in another week or two once it gets a little bit warmer. It is a little bit chilly right now, like 45 degrees. I know that's not cold for some, but for me it is, because it's windy up here as well. It's only going to get colder on the trail, so hopefully I'll warm up pretty quickly. Highway is a little busy today. 403 is pretty busy behind me today. Must be the time of day, I guess, quarter after 5, 5:20 range, so whatever. At least the beginning of the trail looks pretty decent, so who knows? We'll see what happens. Get started here in a minute as my watch GPS syncs up. I got my Pace Pro set for 53 minutes. I think last year when I set the FKT for unsupported, it was 53, 58, something like that. So I'm just going to shoot for 53 today, being a little out of shape. See how it goes on the hills. All right, I'm coming up at the end. Whew, I'm a little spent. I got it though. I'm at like 52 right now. So I knocked the bottom of it off. Whew. All right, so according to my watch, let me get back on the right screen here in a minute. Should have had it. I got 52:33, so I knocked about a minute 20 off my unsupported time, so a little rough. The hill killed me, but got it done. 1,000 or 1,100 feet of gain going up. Sucks. It's a good way to start. Hard way to start, actually. Whew. Legs burning. I was definitely feeling it. Being out of shape. Footing wasn't too bad. Of course, I didn't risk anything going up. Yeah. A few spots it was a little tricky still. Around the big rocks, definitely slipped a few times, which is like, I don't know, mile 4-ish. Briers are still in full effect. Tell you what, those briers, they're jaggy. From what we'll say, I don't know, 2.5 to 4.5. Those briers just suck. They're all still through the trail. They need cut back, way back this year. They're just too overgrown. Other than that, it was all right. A couple of times I did almost take a wrong turn. because a couple of the overlooks, somewhere over that way, on that side of the hill as you're coming down. I was watching the yellow and they were going to the left for some of those overlooks, and I almost took them instead of coming more to the right then coming down. Those overlooks are dead ends. Yeah, this hillside's always fun. As you see behind me, because you're trying to think where exactly. You're up on where those big boulders are. Let's see, like that one up there. You're up there, like running a ridge a little bit. So you really don't have great footage. So you have to be very careful. You don't want to be out here when it's raining or when it rained recently, because you're going to slip. But at least the trail is semi-readable right now. I mean, that's still sort of debatable how readable it is. You just have to be a good trail runner. Yeah. I mean, or you just have to know the trail. Basically, you have to know the trail, because you can't try to pay attention to the yellow or the red that they painted over some of the yellow. If you really want to run the trail and not just hike it. If you hike it, you might be all right, but just trying to read the trail where it's worn down is your best bet. And I just sort of was guiding myself through today. Like, I sort of knew where to go, even though it's been a while since I've been here. Just my body just had that navigation going. Other than that, creek wasn't too bad today crossing it. Oh. Sometimes it's really high. I don't even think I got my maybe the tip of my feet wet, but it was definitely dry today. Well, you could step over it. It wasn't dry, but it's always an interesting experience. It plays into affect running the trail as well, because you don't want to. Oh, you also don't want to take off too fast on this trail, because then you're gonna slip in some of this shit. I'm stepping over now. There's some steps that you go up. That's how you start, like a 10th into the thing. And then over here, this is the creek that you cross. I don't know if you can see it real good. As you're coming down the hill. So, and like sort of it wise right here. See how it, like right here to go back out. So this is your little creek crossing. So today I was able to basically jump, hit one rock and go over. I actually lost my phone up there a couple years ago on that hill, because you see how it goes. It's real steep and like this, the angle down. We were doing a winter run a couple years ago. Me and a couple of buddies. As soon as we started, I was going to take a picture of them. I dropped my phone. It went down in these ripples. I couldn't find it for a couple weeks. I had to get a new phone. Actually, I think it's this phone I have now. It's the replacement. But yeah, you're way up in there running on rocks and coming down and looping around before you drop down over in here to come across. So, I mean, it's a natural area. It's not really taken care of by any means, but hey, it's close to my house, like not even 10 minutes maybe 10. Yeah, I don't even think it's 10 minutes. It's like a hidden gem of hardness, like 1,300 feet of gain in 5 miles, and you're going up 1,100 feet to start. So there's the stairs again. I'm gonna walk back out. I just wanted to walk a little bit as I did this recap. See, look, this is wet all year long and icy. Definitely do not want to come when there's snow on the ground, because I'll tell you what, this trail, oh my gosh, it ices up like no other, and you will fall on your ass for the first 8/10. So yeah, don't ever try this in the winter. Unless you have like good micro spikes or clamp-ons, like actual ice climbing glacier type things, but whatever. guess that's about it. I'll do my full recap in a minute here in my car.